Hi all, this is Ashish Kyal here. Welcome to Ashish Kyal Trading Gurukul, and I hope every one of you are doing fantastic. It's pleasure to have every one of you. Very good evening, Sanjeev, Sanjay, Firdaus, Dhananjay, and every one of you over here. It's pleasure to get all of you over here. Thanks very much for joining in. This is Friday at 4 that we do, and with respect to the markets, good evening, Sudipto, Sumit. Great to see me with full energy. Thanks, Dheeraj. So चलिए देखते हैं मार्केट का ट्रेंड एंड इट वाज अ डे विथ लॉट ऑफ वोलेटिलिटी but only on intraday there was not much of a movement. The volatility happened with a big gap down on the market, nearly I think 170 180 points gap down, continue to trade. The time worked out brilliantly, forming a low. So how many of you are following me on Twitter? And I want to know if you are following me on Twitter, because I've been tweeting very actively today since morning, looking at the markets and the way prices are behaving by seeing the cycles, seeing the time, and comparing that with Candlestick, and it is simply fabulous. Okay, on the Twitter मैंने बताया था कि second half में market should turn on the upside, and Nifty formed a low I think somewhere around 12:30. The exact time in the first tweet I mentioned around 1:30, and the zone already started around I think 12 o'clock. And post that we got a classic up move of nearly more than 100, I think 130 points of up move from there, 150 points of up move from there, and it worked like superb. Okay, Sudipto is saying your time tools rock. Thank you very much. And it was really classic move. So ये बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग एस्पेक्ट था जो मैं फॉलो करता हूँ टाइम टूल्स के बेसिस पे, एंड mentees are aware about those time tools, and even people who are master of cycles program will be able to appreciate कि ये क्यों buy था, क्या था, and all of those things. Before I move on, I want to take a very quick poll and want to know what do you think is the Nifty trend in the coming week. This is very interesting because यहाँ से हमें पता चलेगा कि निफ्टी का आने वाले दिनों में ट्रेंड क्या है. And people who are following me on YouTube, ensure you can join me on Zoom as well to participate in this kind of polling that we are conducting. So for doing that, you need to be on Zoom platform. I had a CNBC interview also at 2 p.m. talking about markets and stock queries. Now this is very interesting. I can see very interesting outcome coming out of the poll that we are conducting right now. And we are also going to, so आज का webinar is going to be little short. We are also going to look at the sessions volume profile, which is volume profile technique for each specific day. That is what we want to see, and it's going to be very interesting way of looking at the market. That's like classic. And इसके basis पे मैंने कल बताया था 17,650 as the level. Again, I tweeted, I mentioned in my morning research report 17,650. I posted a chart, so I'm going to show you my Twitter handle very quickly. Okay, this is fantastic. We can clearly see that I'm ending the poll now. I'm going to share the results. Clearly see that 64% of the people are expecting markets to possibly come down. आज gap down था, उसके बाद में market sustain किया. It formed an evening star pattern. So that's a very interesting pattern. Let me now very quickly go on the chart. Ukraine-Russia clash is the reason. No, I don't care what the event are. For me, more important is very crucial. It is that it's not the event, it's the market time cycles and the other techniques which is helping. Nitesh is saying your tie is matching with your logo background. Okay, I didn't realize that. Thanks for pointing that out. By the way, that's also matching with my book cap here, with the cover page of my book. Okay, that is also matching. So it's all white and blue. And that's interesting, right? It's a coincidence, pure coincidence, to be honest, Nitesh. So let me now move forward. I'm going to go on a chart of trading view, simply looking at something very interesting on what is happening around on a weekly time frame, what is happening on the daily time frame. सिंपल टेक्निक्स यूज करके देखते हैं चार्ट पे हो क्या रहा है। गॉड ऑफ टाइम साइकिल, नो, आई एम नॉट द गॉड, आई एम जस्ट a market chart reader, to be very honest. Let me just go on the chart now very quickly. I'm going to hide myself here. Mitul Kumari Singh, read your book, superb. I am at half of it. Fantastic, Mitul. Thank you very much. I will be wearing a red shirt today to signify bearish mood of the market. Okay, Firdaus, that's very interesting. I'm neutral. I'm neutral right now. I'm not wearing a blue or a red. I'm wearing a cream, so that let's see Monday. Okay. चलिए, चार्ट, मेरा चार्ट दिख रहा है आपको? Everyone is able to see my chart here clearly? Great. And people on YouTube, if you want to comment, you need to ensure to be subscribed to the channel, and then you will be able to do that. And I will tell you very honestly, it's important for you to share across this knowledge, and that's what I am doing. So do ensure your friends also attend. Now on this chart, let's go back to business and see what is happening around. अगर आप ये चार्ट देख रहे हैं, यहाँ पे आपको दिखेगा वीकली चार्ट है निफ्टी का. Since the top formed here, 18,400 पे, उसके थोड़ा नीचे, and we saw a close below the prior candle low already happening around this candle. इसके बाद अभी तक एक भी कैंडल वीकली टाइम फ्रेम पे पॉजिटिव क्लोज नहीं हुआ है. There is not a single candle on a weekly time frame which has closed above the prior candle high, keeping the overall outlook sell on rise. Okay, for many of my near and dear ones who turned super bullish right at the top here or right at the top here are now like stuck. There is no reason for you to be super bullish. I've been saying this to even my mentees. It's always important. You need to have a don't just look at these 300 points up or down move and make your stand. कि 300 point नीचे तो it's bearish, 300 point ऊपर तो it's bullish. You will keep jumping every now and then between bullish and bearishness, exactly at the wrong levels. तो करना क्या है? सिंपल पहले देखना है कि ओवरऑल कैंडलस्टिक टेक्निक पे क्या व्यू है. After you have done that, you go on the daily time frame. Look at the daily time frame chart now. Look at this candle closed below the prior candle low. Can anyone tell me in classic wave, sorry, not wave, in classic candlestick pattern, what is this? What is this pattern called in a classic terminology? An evening star. Fantastic, Ankita, Savindra, Firdaus. AKTG mentorship November. Now, who are you? Okay, classic evening star. And this is simply super, right? So overall, यहाँ पर evening star बना है. One more important thing. This evening star is formed not only here, but look at from where. Area of significance. Okay, if you have been with me for any of my webinars, you might know this. Area of significance. From there, we have seen a classic evening star forming. See this. This is the gap area. This is the gap area. This is the gap area, and this is the gap area. बहुत simple है. This is the support at the middle of the band. Okay. Now, this is what we can make out, that a candlestick pattern will be important not only if it is forming in the any other area, but if it is forming at the area of significance. ठीक है. Now RBI policy में rate hike नहीं हुआ, which is a big boost towards growth, which should ideally result into the market going up, which happened. But why then it corrected back below the levels of the event? That's the question you should be asking, which means something is not right. What is not right is inflation. Okay, just one part of the equation has been taken care of, but not address the other part. That's the problem. देखेंगे. So this is looking at the Bollinger Bands. Now, let me also share across what I have been talking about on my Twitter handle right now, so that you also understand this is a very classic case of volume profile. Okay, I'm going to go to volume profile also. If you come here, you can clearly see Nifty chart. This is again posted uh, just some time back before starting the webinar. I posted this classic uh, Bollinger Bands chart. You can see that here. बट उससे ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट क्या है मेरे लिए, उससे ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है ये जो आप देख रहे हैं यहाँ पर. आर यू एबल टू सी दिस चार्ट हियर? Now look at this, is very very crucial. This is my Twitter handle @KalaAshish. What I am trying to show you here is this plot that you see on the left hand side was plotted few days back in my daily morning research report. I also tweeted this across. Okay, exactly this is how market should behave before the RBI policy was even announced. 17,454 tha. It was expected that C should come out here on the upside. Post seeing that move somewhere around this zone, we should then start seeing a move on the downside. That is the entire expectation. Expectation was also basis of the OI chart है, लेकिन उसको भी breach एक बार करेगा, so that the people are trapped. And look what happened. If you see this chart and look at the next chart here, wow, isn't that fantastic? Exactly वहां से पुल बैक आया ऊपर, एंड उसके बाद टच करने के बाद नीचे गैप डाउन ओपनिंग. इतना प्रिसाइज वर्क किया डिस्पाइट ऑफ द इवेंट, डिस्पाइट ऑफ द इवेंट. नाउ लुकिंग एट दिस चार्ट, वेरी वन इंपॉर्टेंट इंफॉर्मेशन, ये अभी एंटिसिपेटेड हैपेंड हो गया, अभी क्या होगा वो देखना है हमें, और ऑप्शन ट्रेड कैसे डिराइव करना है हमें. Now look at the huge build up on 17,500 का कॉल. यहाँ 17,500 के कॉल पर can you see a huge build up? Very very clearly a very very huge build up is happening around that. 17,000 के ऊपर there is a little build up, but I think these people are nervous. It should have actually increased a lot more if there was conviction now, but look at the conviction of all sellers. 17,500 के sellers का conviction देखो, such huge. In fact 17,400, 17,400, look at the conviction of people at 17,400 also. Are you able to see that? Am I audible clearly? Is it someone is saying they are having some double voice? I'm not sure. It's only me speaking, by the way, not the double of me. Okay, it's very clear, thanks. So यहाँ पर ये build-up है, and look at this classic move on either side of it. How precisely Nifty has behaved based on an event. This is what I want to share across. So event पे ध्यान नहीं देना है, charts पे ध्यान देना है, ठीक है? Now looking at this chart, crossing 17,500 is going to be a very strong challenge. Unless we cross that 17,580 mark now, 17,580 अगर क्रॉस नहीं होगा, you don't expect market to do anything but sideways. So सोचो ये sideways होने के पहले अगर prediction कर सकते हो कि sideways होने वाला है, option में I have been even talking that sell triangle is the strategy that you should adopt. Right at this point I clearly told sell triangle, and that has been the way market has behaved. इसके अलावा अगर हम नीचे चलते हैं, this was the chart which we looked at prior to the budget, so I'm not getting again into this chart, but look at it. 17,800 was marked at the top here, and that's where it completed. Over here we completed a top, we came down, and we are now forming some kind of a consolidation within wavy, which is going on as a triangle. Now in this chart, what is important for you to see is that this 55-day cycle is going to form a low only after nearly around 12 or 13 days, which means for next 12 to 13 days the cycle is on the sell side. Sell can be in terms of sideways action or in terms of downtrend. Okay, ये मैंने Tuesday को भी बताया था आपको. This is how I am looking at this chart right now. Also what I want to show you is, the reason I'm referring this is because over here you can clearly see all the charts at one go. I don't have to switch the screen. Look at the FII data. Are you seeing the entire FII data? Seeing the entire FII data, look at that. That has been a huge selling happening all the way. Look at that. And when they buy, look at the buy is hardly anything, hardly. And look at the series of reds. I think this is one of the highest series of selling that I have seen consecutively. And this buying is nothing. So that is not a good sign for me, at least now. So I'm not saying markets can't go up. I'm just telling you the figures that we are looking at it right now. Also, I'm going to show you many charts. Okay, these are all on my Twitter handle, so you can refer to it later on also. What I want to show you very importantly is this chart. In this chart, this was 10th of Feb. After the policy, when Nifty was around 17,590, mentioned that the higher end of the range is at 17,650 as per the below volume profile. Since it broke, exact high is this, it touched that 650 mark and reversed back sharply on the downside. From there precisely, अगर ये चार्ट पे आप देखोगे, this is known as a sessions volume profile. Okay, this is the level, this is futures chart I'm talking about, and the high touched by is futures. RBI policy announcement happened around this zone. Nifty continued to rise and then broke this level, touched this high, and today we are back here. Can you see what is that level? In fact, I even mentioned this level is going to act as a magnet, highest volume node. Where did Nifty futures closed as of now? Can someone tell me what is the exact precise closing of Nifty futures? And sideways range mentioned is here. The exact precise closing of Nifty futures. Are you people there? Everyone with me right now? 17,330 is where 354. I mean, guys, are you giving me all different levels on Nifty futures also? I want a consensus at least on the level, if nothing else. Okay, let me just check that. If you are 330 is where we closed. Okay, fantastic. So we closed exactly around this zone. And this is the highest volume area, volume profile area. अभी क्या करते हैं हम, इस चार्ट ये कल का था. What has happened and changed in this period is what we want to see now. But are you with me? How I am able to predict these entire moves, and I'm also sharing these across on my Telegram channel, AK Trading Gurukul. My colleague will share across. You can join that, where you don't miss out on these kind of information and charts which I'm posting real time when the markets are going on. Okay, so you can do that. Great. So my colleague will just share across. Now I'm going to showcase you one latest chart. Just keep that in mind. So this is what do you have to just keep in mind is this is the highest volume area. इसके बाद में ये जोन था और ये सब जोन्स लिखे हुए हैं. ठीक है, just keep these levels in mind. Also I mentioned in my morning research 420 break हुआ तो 350 300 के आसपास आ सकता है. Now all of those information are important. Which information? Understanding the volume profile with the session profile. Session profile मतलब इस दिन पे वॉल्यूम कहां पर फोकस था on this day. You can see the POC of this day. What is important for me is the concentrated volume node. Concentrated volume node मतलब where is the maximum volume that has happened in a concentrated fashion. If you see that has happened in this zone, तो ये जोन के आसपास मार्केट विल मूव. लेकिन सपोर्ट कहां होगा? दिस लेवल. इफ इट मैनेजेस टू सस्टेन बिलो हियर, on the upside this level, if it manages to sustain above this, so that becomes the oscillation zone. I'll call this as an oscillation zone. Oscillation zone का मतलब it will oscillate between this zone. And what is the magnet? Okay, this is an oscillation zone and the magnet is here. So it will come here, try to pull towards the magnet, it will go up, try to pull towards the magnet. Are you understanding the logic of it? You will not get this something like this in any books, trust me, what I'm talking right now. That's how volumes actually behave, and price action basis of volume is the most important thing. अभी तक लोग करते क्या है? They look at price action purely from the basis of candle. What I'm saying is use price action candle with volumes. That is going to be crucial for you to understand. This evening star pattern on Nifty has happened from this area, which is also happening to be the highest volume node. Let me go on the latest chart now. I have just opened that across, and I'm going to just share it across with you. Where is the chart gone? I'm just seeing that. Okay. Here it is. Now, thoda sa tricky hai. Let me just share 1 second. Is it interesting? Something which you might not have seen, right? People always, I don't want to bore you people with the same stuff. So I keep researching for you all that I really love researching things. इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि मैं सब चीज यूज कर रहा हूँ तो मैं सब चीज से ट्रेड कर रहा हूँ. Trading for trading, I can just use a simple candlestick and a Bollinger Band and put my trade. Okay. But yes, of course, the time cycle. Without time cycle, I can't really trade much. तो चलिए यहाँ पर चलते हैं, समझने की कोशिश करते हैं कि आज के दिन में हुआ क्या है. This is 1 hour chart. This is the day today. In this day, you can see the point of control for this day. In this day, this is a futures chart. The point of control is 7,370, which means 17,370 के आसपास काफी वॉल्यूम हुआ है, and like a normal distribution. But before understanding the individual day ka volume profile, I first would like to understand where is the highest volumes that has taken place in a cumulative profile. ठीक है, तो अभी हम क्या कर रहे हैं? If we look at this now, can you see that the highest volume, सबसे ज्यादा वॉल्यूम कहाँ हुआ है? ये नोड पे. Which level is this? This is exactly at the level where we have been talking about, around 17,590. शिफ्ट हो गया थोड़ा, तो यहां से थोड़ा सा शिफ्ट होके दिस इज द हाईएस्ट वॉल्यूम नोड, एंड इक्वली हाईएस्ट वॉल्यूम इज हैपेंड हियर, which means that crossing this level on upside of 17,650 is going to be an Herculean task. तो OI highest build-up 17,500 पे हो रहा है, लेकिन 17,590 580 क्रॉस करना जरूरी है. यू रिमेंबर आई टोल्ड यू इन द बिगिनिंग ऑफ दिस वेबिनार इटसेल्फ व्हाई 17,580 नीड्स टू बी क्रॉस्ड. द रीजन इज दिस. सो ओआई के साथ में प्राइस एक्शन हमने वॉल्यूम के बेसिस पे कंबाइन कर दिया. यू गेट अ क्लासिक कंफर्मेशन. सो अभी हम ट्रेड नहीं ले रहे, अभी हम समझने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि एरियाज कौन से सिग्निफिकेंट है. ये समझने के बाद हम ऑप्शन स्ट्रेटेजी डेवलप करेंगे. ठीक है, तो 17,580 हुआ, समझ में आया क्यों? बिकॉज हाईएस्ट वॉल्यूम नोड है. ओके, दिस इज 70% ऑफ द प्रोफाइल एरिया. ओके, नाउ इसके साथ में यहां पर वॉल्यूम प्रोफाइल, इस डे का वॉल्यूम हाईएस्ट नोड इधर है, इस डे का वॉल्यूम नोड भी इधर है, इस डे का वॉल्यूम नोड भी इधर है. सो कैन आई से दैट ऑन अ मल्टीपल ओकेजन्स there is a concentrated volume happening. Something major is happening behind the scenes. This is what FIs, DIIs, big players, operators, promoters, जो भी बोलना है बोलो, they are actioning something at this area, which means जो भी कुछ हो रहा है, अगर offload हो रहा है, major offloading is happening around this, is looking at this chart. On the downside now, so we got one level very apparently clear, 17,650, which is where I've talked about and showed you on the Twitter. 650 level, keep that in mind. कल का हाई वही था और ये लेवल पहले ही बताया था मैंने. Now on the downside, where is the highest volume happening? So this is the magnet. Fair enough. और नीचे की तरफ में 17,180, and this is again the level I've talked about earlier. So this is high volume node. This day is highest here. This day is highest here. And if you look at it, this is the highest node here. So there is not much of a strong support at a concentrated level. So 17,180 can act as a minor support. And once we move sufficiently away from the magnet, like a band. So for example, atom को आप पता होगा ना, right? So if you look at the electrons revolving around that atom, revolving around, what do you call neutrons, is it? I just don't know. I'm a science student. I don't recollect. Acha, so if you look at that electron, if we are revolving around and if it moves a little away from its center nucleus, you will see it breaking out. Okay. Pardon me if my terms are incorrect. Okay. Now that is happening over here itself. Proton. Yes, exactly. I was forgetting that term. So this is the center nucleus, which is acting as a magnet. And this is what you can see is where the entire Nifty is moving around. Once this area breaks, then the trend starts. Is it clear? On either side, it's not carrying any forecasting ability on either side. So as an option trader, now with this information in mind, and of course the time, like I have said, the time reverse is here. So this is the time cycle low now. This is time cycle low. If this breaches, that is very important, guys. ये इंफॉर्मेशन से ट्रेड लेने के लिए टाइम के साथ क्लब करना बहुत जरूरी है. Then you will be able to trade well. If this breaches on the downside, okay, if that happens, then we know the cycle has turned for a sell, at least for 2 to 3 days again. For that, we will get a classic selling opportunity, maybe by selling option. Now, which option strike price will you sell? Tell me. Weekly option, कौन सा strike price आप sell करोगे? Once the low of 17,300 breaks, think about it. Which option strike price will you sell? Basis of which above the magnet level is 1, but can I not sell, keeping a leeway so that I am relatively safe? कॉल बेचना है 17,300 के नीचे, कौन सा वाला कॉल बेचेंगे हम? 17,600 ना. To keep a little leeway, 17,650 का बेचेंगे, right? Why are we doing all of this hard work now? We are doing this hard work only to ensure to get a level which we can sell. So 17,650 or 17,700 का call can be safe bet because इसको cross करना challenge हो. Clear है? How? Because इसके नीचे गया तो time turn sell. Now what is time? वो सब चीजें master of cycles में देखेंगे हम, which is happening next weekend. And on the downside, if you want to hedge, the final zone where you can hedge, the final line in the sand is 16,950. So if you want, you can sell put options, but I would not prefer doing that because then it is very challenging. क्योंकि नीचे support बहुत minor है, major support नहीं है, ऊपर resistance के जैसा नहीं है. These are minor supports. So I will be careful for selling put option. So ultimately क्या किया? Sell a triangle with strike price 17,650, 16,950. Now imagine आप खाली OI पे देखते तो 17,500 लेते या 17,000 लेते. Now हम price action with volume profile ले रहे तो हमारा levels different है, which is more appropriate and apt. Is it clear? What you can do is sell a triangle of these strikes and cover them once the final support zone of 17,180 breaches. So you cover your put options and then keep riding the call. Is it clear? So this is how you have to form your strategy. Am I making sense to you? By looking at a simple classic volume profile with session profile, पर डे हाउ इज द वॉल्यूम बिहेविंग, और आज के दिन में वॉल्यूम्स ने क्या किया, खाली अगर हमें वो देखना है आज के दिन में, we'll just simply zoom in and we will try and see कि आज के दिन में what is happening here. We can see a very superb normal distribution happening with a concentrated bet happened at 17,375. तो इंट्राडे ट्रेडर्स के लिए 17,375 is the magnet around this area. इसका 70% लेवल ऊपर में आता है 17,410 और नीचे में आता है 17,320. That's the oscillation zone. So the nucleus rise here or the magnet lies here is 17,000. This is for intraday traders for scalping. 375. I'm just repeating, and futures level 17,420 and 17,375, 17,420 and 17,320. Is it clear? So you can trade intraday around this zone. This can act as a oscillation. Once this zone gets broken on Monday on the downside, further down move will continue because we formed a classic evening star pattern. How did this help? It helped because if you are looking at this chart, which was forecasted even before the move happened, look what happened. यहाँ गया, यहाँ से magnet के तरफ आया, which is this one, and now we might be heading towards the lower end of the oscillation. Ultimately हुआ क्या? Ultimately कुछ हुआ नहीं. निफ्टी ने वही किया जो हम एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे थे on the basis of time and wave theory. What was that expectation? This chart which you are seeing right now in front of your screen. This is the expectation on basis of which we were expecting markets to behave in the sideways triangular pattern. Precisely that happened. Is it clear? Are you with me? I want to show you one more chart now. So today I'm showing you so many charts, right? I want to show you one more chart, which is a very superb chart. You can get it from wavestrategy.com website. Yahan se, if you go on the article section, I've shown a very in-depth research on Nifty options buying using moving average and time cycle. Once you click on that, you will be on this screen. Yahan par agar aap jaoge, I'm not sure how many of you have seen this. Look at this entire classic timing with moving average for trading options directly on a 15 minutes time frame. This is the low rally, a low rally. Every time it comes here, moves above the average, which didn't happen. Came here, broke the low, below the average, continued to go down. Over here, it moved. This was a trap. I agree to that. But yahan par dekho, superb. Look at this, superb. This is amazing. This is just a moving average and with time. So time is the essence of every single thing I am doing. Time and wave. Every single thing that I am doing, time and wave is the essence. If you are not able to time the market, ये पूरा जो price action study जो मैं कर रहा हूँ is not going to be useful, because ultimately only with respect to timing the market we will be able to make that happen. Is it clear, everyone? So basis of all of those things, guys, I want to take a very quick poll right now for all the participants who are here. I'm giving away my free book to the winner. Okay, poll मतलब कहां पर पोस्ट करना है? My link will be shared across by my colleague. वहां पर जाके पोस्ट करना है. आपको क्या पोस्ट करना है? Where do you think Nifty will expire for by coming Thursday expiry? जो coming Thursday expiry. This is the book I am talking about. Winner with the closest guess will get this book signed by me. If you want a copy of it, you can simply click on the link which is shared across by my colleague. I think she will just share it across, and let me just do that. वहां से आपको Okay, where is the link? I'm just waiting for the link right now to come across and guess Nifty. That's the link. Just check. You need to guess where is going to be Nifty by coming Thursday. I've shared the link. So here is the link to every one of you. Where do you think Nifty will close by coming Thursday? And the nearest guess. I'll just check if the link is working well. Yes, it is. And the nearest guess will going to get the book which is written by me as a signed copy. So please go and participate now. I've shared the link already over here. Not here. आपको यहाँ chat पे नहीं देना. You need to give that in the link which I have shared across. क्योंकि by coming week on Thursday, where will Nifty close? And the winner is going to get the book which I have just now shown. The book is here. So if you want your copy of the book, click on that link, fill in the details, and mention the level where you think Nifty is going to close by coming Thursday, not Monday, coming Thursday. Okay, very, very important. VIP Rajput, what's the question? Monday को market कहां तक जाएगा? Okay, you want a question. The answer, Monday को कहां जाएगा market? Monday को market evening star बना है. आज का लो अगर 17300 break होगा, so you tell me where is the level? Shall I tell? See, entire intention of me to conduct this webinar is to teach you. Fantastic Sandhya, 17180, right? अभी पूरा ज्ञान क्यों दिया मैंने जिससे आप लेवल डिराइव कर सको. इट्स ओनली फॉर दैट, राइट? नॉट फॉर मी, इट्स फॉर यू, जिससे आप लेवल डिराइव कर सको. सो आई एम जस्ट गोइंग टू शेयर अक्रॉस द लिंक हियर. दैट्स द लिंक. ओके, यहाँ पर जाके आपको फिल इन करना है. तो अगर 17300 ब्रेक होगा 17180 तक जाएगा. एंड 180 मैं नहीं बोल रहा, आप लोग ने बोला. ओके, सो इट इज इंपॉर्टेंट. अगर ऊपर के लेवल में 17420 ब्रेक हुआ, वापस 17420 अगर क्रॉस हुआ तो कहां तक जाएगा ऊपर? 17650. दैट्स द हाईएस्ट एंड ऑफ द रेंज. क्लियर है? दैट्स द रेंज. बियॉन्ड दिस रेंज द ट्रेंड विल इमर्ज. फैंटास्टिक Kiran, Lakshman, Pranita. Beyond this range the trend will emerge, right? That is what I am trying to tell you. Have you filled in this form so that we can move forward again? कि कैसे लेना है finally? It's an hourly closing. Yeah, it's hourly closing is always preferred. Okay, so Sandhya is saying as per MOC class Nifty का target 16450 FLD crossover. Sandhya अगर इतने भारी words use करेंगे ना लोग भाग जाएंगे. ठीक है? So and भारी targets मैं नहीं दे रहा ये सब targets. I'm not giving it right now. Mithul is saying wave theory with time cycle together is a lethal weapon. Absolutely, that's the weapon that you need to understand. So I'm going to take a very quick poll. I'm going to take a very quick poll now, guys. Do you want to be a part of this fantastic journey on Master of Cycles and predict time for yourself, which is happening on 19th and 20th of February, which is the next weekend? There is a program on Master of Cycles. You can be a part of this event on Master of Cycles. You will be amazed to see how you can now predict market. भले ही आप बॉलिंग बैंड्स यूज कर रहे हो. So for example, as I have told you, जैसे मैंने ये आर्टिकल दिखाया आपको, आप अगर बॉलिंग बैंड्स यूज कर रहे हो लेकिन आपको टाइम नहीं पता, या मूविंग एवरेज यूज कर रहे हो लेकिन टाइम नहीं पता, तो इट विल नॉट वर्क फॉर यू. बट इफ यू आर कंबाइनिंग दिस टाइम with moving average, with Bollinger Bands or with Candlestick, your entire way to trade the market will sharply change. That's my commitment to you. और बहुत simple strategy है. Okay, this is very easy and simple method I'm going to give away on 19th and 20th of February. You can be a part of it. For participants who are here with me, you can register, simply register on the link which is shared across by my colleague. Not this link, the link where they can register for the Master of Cycles program. You can simply do that. And for registering there, you can just go to wavestrategy.com/. Okay, let me just put it here. Otherwise, you will get confused कि कहाँ जाना है. Okay, fantastic. Thanks, Neha, for sharing it across. So that's the link my colleague has shared across. वहां जाना है आपको. Once you click on that link, you will be directed to this page and you can be a part of this wonderful journey on Master of Cycles training and mentorship, which is starting in March. But if you are a mentee, you are already a part of the time program which we are conducting. Fantastic, guys. That's what I wanted to tell you. And just one final thing, we are having a 2-hour session tomorrow on candlestick and time cycles, which is tomorrow at 11 a.m. You can simply click on that webinar link and be a part of that program. Okay, that's going to be simply super, and you will be changing your entire way of looking at markets. But it is about candlestick and simple tools of time cycle. In 2 hours, I'm going to explain why is it so important and how you can do that. Sudipto is saying every time I attend, it's new for me. Yes, it is indeed something new, right? So I keep researching for you all people to learn it, something new. Fantastic. So guys, I just want to know how was the session so far. I think I wanted to keep it short, but time nikalta gaya and pata hi nahi chala. Okay, so I'm also going to talk about GAN square of 9 tomorrow at 11 a.m. So ensure you register for that program. How do you register? You can simply go to wavestrategy.com and /webinar, that's one, or you can simply go there and register yourself for this webinar. Do not miss out on this opportunity. यहाँ पर जाके खाली webinar यहाँ जाना है आपको, and you will be able to register yourself for the Saturday 11 a.m. tomorrow. Okay, so don't miss out this opportunity of learning this amazing stuff. I'm ending the poll now, and I can see it is fantastic. This is the available on YouTube. So Sudipto is saying Jabardast, Seema is saying thank you. Pleasure, guys. It is pleasure to have every one of you here. It's always wonderful talking about these new concepts. Thank you very much. If you like the video, share it across on YouTube with your friends, family members, WhatsApp group, spread the knowledge. Let everyone learn this wonderful technique of timing the markets with volume profile. Is something very, very innovative. And do register for Master of Cycles. You will be amazed to see how superb this entire technique of time cycles work. Don't miss out this opportunity because I do it once in 5-6 months. Why do you want to not learn something like this from someone who has been practicing it and training thousands of people? Thank you. Ashish Kyal signing off.